Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. I'm always surprised by the amount of customers who assume that retail workers are constantly lying in order to get out of doing their job. I have to assume that the people who make that assumption are guilty of it themselves at their own jobs. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. I close in 3 minutes, so no, I cannot perform 50 minutes of treatments on you. I work in the beauty industry in Australia. Customer service is obviously everything, but we can only go so far. I don't get paid after my allotted work hours finish, so walking in anywhere close to closing isn't going to get you a treatment unless it's a 2-minute lip wax or less. This is from a couple weeks ago. It was 5:28 p.m. and I closed in 2 minutes. My end of day was completed, I had my handbag and was ready to walk out. Me equals me, CL equals crazy lady. CL, oh good, you're not busy. I would like, lists off about 50 minutes worth of treatments. Now, thank you. Me, unfortunately, I'm about to close. Sorry, I can book you in for tomorrow. CL, no, I've come all this way. I need this done for tonight. At this point, I'm kind of walking her backwards out the door. Me, I'm sorry, but the salon is closed. CL, well, I'm not leaving until you do your job. Me. CL, well, what the hell are you waiting for? We could have been done by now. Me, I'm closed. It's now after closing hours. Please call us for an appointment. Have a lovely day. CL starts yelling at me, so I got her outside, slammed the door shut, and walked off. She tried calling us and talking to the manager to get me fired, but I'm the manager. I really don't understand why this happens every couple weeks. I can understand making a quick retail sale before closing, or even that making you a few minutes late to close, but asking for services that takes time is just silly. And our second story. Rental car company told me where to leave my keys, and when I left them there, they tried to charge me for an extra day. I rented a car for 5 weeks while my car was being repaired from a car accident. The rental company had a couple great policies, no cleaning fee no matter how gross the car was, and unlimited miles. Ideal for me. I live in the country and going anywhere is a drive. When my car was finally scheduled to be finished, a Monday evening, I called the rental car company on a Saturday, asked about return details. They said return time would be 5:30 p.m. Monday, but I could just leave it at the shop and leave my keys in the shop's drop box. I said sure. And next night I went, got my car, left keys in the box, got in my car, and check engine lights on. F. Staff says, come back tomorrow and we'll fix it. I go home thinking that I'll be sitting at the shop all Tuesday because no other ride. Tuesday morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. to the rental car company very angry, saying that they can't get into the drop box and shop doesn't open till 9. I tell them I did just what they said to do. They told me they'd be charging me an extra day. At that, I'm furious. I leave my house later and arrive at the shop at 8:50. Rental car guys aren't there. I sit around and shop opens, I grab the rental keys and give them my car. Right on time, rental car guys appear. They demand the keys and I ask if I'm still getting charged for an extra day. One guy's inspecting the car while the other tells me yes, I'm getting charged an extra day. Guy inspecting it comes over and says car looks good, it should be ready to rent out immediately. I cleaned it the day before because I didn't want to be a jerk. Well, I refused to give him the keys. Since I'm getting charged an extra day, that means it's my car until 5:30 today, right? At that, he gets nervous, says they need the car back. I'll give you the keys now if you don't charge me an extra day, but if I'm being charged an extra day, I'm using it. He refuses to bend, so I leave. At this point, I'm petty and angry, so I go straight home. I own a farm and it's been raining like mad lately. I get to work. By the time 10 a.m. rolls around, the car is covered in mud. Like this black car looked painted brown. I didn't trash the inside because I'm not that petty. I hop in the car and drive to the rental place. I'm pretty covered in mud at this point. I had to put trash bags on the front seat to limit it. I walk into the rental place looking like I fell into a mud pit. The guy who refused to cancel the charge looks horrified. I tell them this car's great for mudding. I'm going to go mudding for the rest of the day, just swinging by to ask where to put the keys at 5:30. I'm all smiles and dripping sweetness. I watch the life leave him. His shoulders slump, and he says if I return the car now, they'll cancel the charge because they need to rent out the car. I give him the keys and take an Uber to the shop where my car is ready. No cleaning fee and no extra day charge. Ha! Edit. I called the Uber after I walked out of the rental car place. It took half an hour to arrive. I brought extra trash bags, so I stripped down a bit, shorts and undershirt, and put on 2 trash bags that I cut holes in, put my clothes in a bag, let the mud on my exposed body parts flake off. Did I look absolutely ridiculous? Yes. Did I get mud in some poor stranger's car? No. I didn't want to actually ruin the day for some kid getting minimum wage. That's why I only mudded the outside. That's pretty easy to clean. I didn't want to wreck anyone's day, even the a-hole that charged me. My goal was to make the car messy and shocking enough to get them to not charge me because they were desperate to get it back. If the outside's that bad, what did he do to the inside? The car was $91 effing a day. First 3 weeks, $39 a day. Then it went up for the last 2 weeks to $91, and my insurance did not cover it. I was not willing to let $91 slide. The keys were left at the auto shop in the auto shop's key box. That key box was not open at 7 a.m. when rental car company went to get the car. When I went around at 9 a.m. to drop my car off, the auto shop opened the box for me and gave me the rental car keys. Rental car people appeared a few minutes later. Perfection. I bet that car was fun to clean. And our last story. Karen couldn't believe that she wasn't getting her way. This is the first true entitled parent encounter I ever had. This was about 11 years ago when I was working my first job in a small Saskatchewan town at a local restaurant. The cast: Karen, entitled mom; ES, embarrassed son; Olivia, awesome manager; me, awful employee. I was in the kitchen chatting it up with my coworker on a particularly very slow day. It's always slow come winter, as most of the main guests are coming for the fine dining experience our establishment used to offer in the other half of the place, so I spent a lot of time cleaning up the kitchen and BSing with a friend who also worked there. Enter entitled mom and her son. I went to go get them situated, and from the start, I knew she was going to be one of those customers I just have to smile and perform for. Karen: There you are. Can we sit down now? We're hungry and have been driving for over 3 hours. Me: Of course you can, ma'am. The sign to your left says to seat yourself wherever. Karen: No need for that tone, young man. I'm an adult, and you'll respect me as such. I was in no way condescending or rude to her. I just pointed out the sign to her. Me: Of course. I get them seated. So what would you and your son like? ES: I just want a poutine, please, and a Coke to drink. Karen: Don't be ridiculous, son. He'll have a double burger. He's a growing boy. Me to ES: Is that what you want? Karen: Don't talk to my son. Of course he wants it. I shrug and write it down, get Karen's order without a hitch, and send the order to the kitchen. Now, let me tell you about how we do things in the kitchen. If you have long hair, you must either wear it up or use a hairnet. My coworker, who's a girl from my school, had very short hair. She was making the food ordered while I cleaned up the place, restocked the drinks, took inventory on food, etc. Eventually, Karen and ES's food is finished, and I take it out to them. Karen: What took so long? I thought this place was supposed to be fast food. Why did it take so long? Me: Well, we do have other orders coming in from the back that were ahead of yours, and we're short-staffed today. I hope you enjoy your meal. This is where the super entitlement shows its face. From the kitchen, I can hear, "Ew, what is that?" I rush out, assuming the worst, but to my surprise, everything seems fine. Me: What's the matter? Why'd you scream? Karen, pointing at her son's food: There's a hair in my son's food. Now, I'd seen my coworker make this food myself. The food wasn't even bitten into, but yet sitting right on top of the poutine was a long, stringy few strands of hair. I knew from the start that this was Karen's own hair. It wasn't even the same color as my coworker's, and even if it was, she didn't have hair that long. Karen: Is this what you call good service? Get me your manager right now. I expect to be fully reimbursed for my food. Disgusting. Me. Ma'am, my coworker made you that food. She has hair shorter than mine. Karen. Well, it must be hers. Me. Yeah, but she doesn't have any pink dye into her hair, as I point out the strands of hair on the food, one of which is a bright neon pink, just like what Karen has. Karen. How dare you accuse a customer of lying? I'm going to speak to your manager right now and get you fired, speaking to customers like this. At this point, I get Olivia, who's also a partial owner of the restaurant. She's a wonderful older woman who I see as sort of a grandmotherly figure. I explain the situation to her regarding the hair and whose it was. Olivia tells me not to worry, that she'll take care of it and to follow her. And I'm so glad I got a front row seat to this crap show. Olivia is extremely protective of her employees, especially when they're clearly being harassed or treated like garbage. Olivia unloads on this woman for trying to extort free food out of me and the business. So instead of giving them a free meal, she gave her a choice. Reimburse her for the meal she paid for and leave with the money they spent here, or leave with nothing at all. Needless to say, Karen was furious. She couldn't believe that she wasn't getting her way. I suspected she did this a lot to get free food, and up until that point, nobody challenged her. But not my AM. She didn't take any crap from anyone. As Karen was storming off, ES, who was around my age, came up to me and said, ES, I'm so sorry. She always acts out in public when things don't go exactly the way she wants them to. Me. Hey man, you're not your mom. These simple words seemed to bring him some comfort. Olivia also gave him a refill on his drink, as it turned out it was his poutine that Karen had ruined and now didn't feel comfortable eating. Karen also refused to take her food she'd ordered. Great, wasted food. But on that day, I saw a child who came out all right despite the environment he was forced to grow up in. He'd be my age now. Wherever he is, I hope I was right, and he's still that good person I saw on my shift that fateful night. Some people need to get lives and stop harassing working class people. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.